Good morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Wednesday yesterday. Today is Thursday, January 20th, 2022, and it is a day 3. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute. Hopefully you'll join me. And remember, the Mindful Minute is a good way to get yourself to settle into today. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Use our eyes for a moment and just scan your environment. Find something that catches your eyes and simply study it. Go ahead and do that. The shape, the shadows, colors, all that. Take a breath in and out. What do you notice with your sense of smell? What reminders, what memories might it evoke? Listen. And what do you hear? These are all reminders that there's so many things that are happening right in front of us, right among us, and we don't often pay attention, and we really do start noticing them when we start paying attention. And finally, with your skin, what do you feel? Okay, so now we're going to go into our mindful breathing, and I want you to know that I thought that Wesley did a phenomenal job yesterday, and I want to demonstrate the elevator breathing method. For those of you guys who weren't here yesterday or who have forgotten, you simply put your arm out, and as you breathe in, you lift your arm, and then as you breathe out through your mouth, you open your hand and lower it. And you can see the elevator working right here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. You can use whatever other breathing technique works best for you. And let's go ahead and jump into it. Notice your body. Notice how that chair holds you up. Get yourself settled. Consider what it feels like to be alive at this moment. And then take that first breath in and out. Let your shoulders relax as you lower your arms. Very good. Breathe in again. Breathe out. This time when you breathe in, notice how that air just fills your chest and your belly full of air. How great it feels. And breathe out. Once again, settling into your chair. As you get into the rhythm of this, breathe in. Also notice your mind. Is your mind really paying attention to this thought of breathing in and breathing out? Or is your mind off thinking about other things? Breathe in. Like what's going to happen later today? Or what happened yesterday? Breathe out. And if your mind is off thinking about other things, just gently bring it right back to what's going on right here and now. Breathe in. As you breathe out, think about what feelings you've got to bring to school today. Breathe out. Let them sit with your heart. Let them know that they exist and they're real. Breathe in. Don't push those feelings away. Don't get too caught up in why you feel that way either. Just notice the feeling. Breathe out. That's the only thing that is real at this moment. And in a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you're loved, where you're cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not is ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in this mindful minute. It's a good way to, like I said, just to be alive, right? So often we're so caught up in going somewhere or doing something, or so caught up in thinking about something that we went to or that we did or was done to us, and we forget that we're actually alive right here, and there's so much that we can control. Right. Yesterday, I had a great conversation with a second grader who just told me about a couple things that didn't go his way. He spilled some chocolate milk on him. He got himself a paper cut, and it's a student that sometimes he can really lose it. He might get really frustrated, and it'll show. But I was so proud of him when he shared how he handled it, because he knew that there's so much more to notice as far as blessings, and he didn't want to be so caught up. He wanted the best part of himself to come through, and he handled it, and that was really great. I thought it was very respectful to others as well as to himself, which brings us to our 3 B's. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as others. Do things that are the right things, even when nobody else is looking. When you've got to handle yourself, right? Are you going to handle it in the best way you can? Which leads us to responsibility. Are you able to take responsibility and control yourself in the way that you need to, right? Whether it's controlling yourself in your anger or controlling yourself in being excited. Those feelings are real, they're okay to have, but how do you express them? How do you deal with them in a really healthy way? How do you take care of other people? How do you take care of your hands and your feet and the words that come out of your mouth? Right? But yeah, I want to go back to how do you take care of other people? If that really matters, right? Going up to somebody, telling them, and yesterday a whole slew of you guys came up to me and said, you liked me just the way I was. That mattered. It made me feel good. You didn't have to protect me from anything, but you made me feel good with my feelings. And that was a good way to look out for Mr. Lin. And I hope that whenever I go and tell you that I love you just the way you are, that you know that you're loved, you really are loved, and we're there sticking our neck out and having your back as well. And finally, show that you're ready to take on the challenges of the day, ready to, if you fall short, maybe you didn't do so well, that you are able to dust yourself off and get back on the horse and keep trying, okay? That's what being ready means, okay? And all of us show the 3 B's, respect, responsibility, and readiness in different ways, which brings us to our character trait of the month, which is tolerance. We want to celebrate your differences. Yesterday, there were a couple students who said some unkind words to a second grader, and they identified that he didn't look the same way as somebody else. And this is exactly what we're talking about, right? Just because somebody doesn't look the way you think they ought to look or whatever, instead of making fun of them, choosing to celebrate that, to get excited, to learn more, to make them feel good is really what you ought to do. And I think most of the kids I talked to regarding that issue understood that. And today's a new day. This is your chance to go ahead and find people and celebrate them. People that you might not celebrate normally. Find a way to go out of your way and go find them, tell them you love them just the way they are, and you love them how they're growing, things like that. Which finally leads us to the last part. Yeah, keep doing it. Find people and tell them that you love them just the way they are. You got, like I said, yesterday, a lot of you guys came and found me. I mean, I was, as kids were lining up for dismissal at the end of the day, so many of you guys were saying those words to me, and every single one of them meant the world to me. It feels good to be loved by you guys, and I hope you feel good when you know that your teachers and your classmates and your principal love you back. All right, so I can't wait to see you guys around. Have an incredible Thursday, and I can't, I really can't wait to pop into your classes and see some great things going on, learning some stories that you have, and for many of you guys, I get to see you guys at lunch. All right, so like I said, can't wait to see you guys around. Have a great Thursday.